the energy regulators announced the new price cap. It's down to £2,074 a year, but that still leaves millions of families across the country struggling to pay. And there is a big question here, I think, since so much of our electricity is now generated by wind and nuclear, 42.3% of the total, why is it that gas, which is 38%, dominates the price fixing? This is no doubt a bonanza for energy producers, but aren't the rest of us shooting ourselves in the foot? Professor Robert Gross is director of the UK Energy Research Centre, and he's a member of the Academic Advisory Board to Ofgem. So, Professor Gross, straight to the question, why is gas so dominant? I mean, because that's what's causing all these very, very high prices at the moment.
Yeah, it's the way that the electricity market is structured and the way that it works is essentially the marginal unit of supply sets the price. And that means...
So it's because gas goes up and down so much that that's what they look at?
Yeah, the price of gas goes up and down, and that drives the price of gas-fired power stations up and down. And the power station that you're going to need to turn on or turn off as demand goes up and down is usually a gas-fired power station. It sets the market price for all of those generators, including those wind farms that you mentioned.
So this is a very, very fast-moving story, however, because electricity generation is changing the whole time. Does there come a point when there are enough wind farms or enough small nuclear power stations or whatever for gas to be taken out of the kind of crucial part of this maths?
It does to a certain extent even now. You could have a windy summer's night, for example, where we're getting almost all of our electricity from renewables. The problem is that the price cap was designed to fix a different problem. The price cap was designed a few years ago before the crisis because we were concerned that electricity suppliers were profiteering from those customers that aren't very mobile. That means they don't switch, they don't respond to prices, which actually in some respects is perfectly fair enough because they'll probably go up and come back down again. And what really needs to change is the fundamentals of the wholesale market so that we're able to avoid this kind of overpayment of these...
On the gas.
Yeah.
And as I said earlier on, this is a fantastic time if you're producing electricity. Lots and lots of people are making a huge amount of money. And for ordinary families, they might think, well, to use the words of Alex Salmond I saw on television recently, he said, the price of wind hasn't gone up.
No, the price, it hasn't, absolutely. If you look at the electricity market from the consumer, or actually energy markets generally from the consumer to the producer, the closer you get to the consumer and the consumer themselves, the more squeezed people are. So the retailers of electricity have actually been going bust, right?
Yeah.
Not very long ago. They're still very squeezed. But as you go upstream, the opportunity for profits
the people
increase.
Running the wind farms, the people running the big oil companies, the big
oil
gas
companies, the traders, all of those opportunities for making money are flowing, if you like. There's a rent, there's a surplus that's coming from us. It's going to them.
So do you think the current mathematics or algorithm or whatever it is just out of date at the moment?
I think the price cap's fine in terms of the purpose that it was designed to fulfil, which we've just been discussing, protecting consumers. What's really needed is additional policy, additional intervention. So, for example, we could be paying all of those existing wind farms and nuclear power stations on a fixed price contract for their electricity. We do that for some of the newest wind farms. They've helped to keep electricity prices down recently because if they get paid more, they pay back. We could be getting all of those 40-odd% of our electricity that you've just described under a similar arrangement. The government hasn't done that.
That would save us money, wouldn't it, as families? I mean, us as families, us as consumers, it would save us money.
It would save us, if you go back to last winter's prices, it could literally be saving us hundreds of pounds per year per household.
Well, there you government, I hope you are listening. Government, get on with it. Thank you very much indeed, Professor Gross.
Thank you.
Now, coming up,